And we're joined by Colona's planning director, Ryan Smith, on the day that the provincial short-term rental rules take effect. So try to sort out for us how these overlapping rules, the provinces and the cities, come together for short-term rentals as of today.
Well, the city's rules are essentially another layer above and beyond the province's rules. The city's rules have been in effect now for several months, and that was on purpose to give those impacted by the rules time to make other arrangements.
Right, and so the City of Kelowna's rules restrict whether it is people's principal residence or otherwise. They really restrict the number of short-term rentals down to something under 500. Am I correct?
That's correct. I think we ended up about 470 licenses after a few dropped off.
No one could come forward saying, hey, it's my principal residence, can you add me to the pool? That's just not happening right now.
And not at this point, no.
For those people that have had their some short-term rentals on the market and that haven't complied with these rules, what should they be expecting?
Yeah, we saw it last year, about 2,400 licenses total, properties that were out there listed with about 1,200 licenses. So there was a lot already operating that were non-compliant. What you should expect to see if you're non-compliant in the next several months is the city will be collaborating with the province to have those non-compliant listings, those without business licenses, removed from websites.
Okay, so let's go through the numbers. There, you say 2,400 at one point?
Yeah,
how many of those have dropped away already?
About 900 of those have dropped off now. We've got about 1,500 across various listing platforms now.
Okay, so the provincial rules, number one, require it to be a principal residence, but secondly, they also require anyone with a listing to post their business license. So if you combine that with the city's restrictions, yeah, we're likely to see, I guess, almost immediately, quite a number are going to have to at least take themselves off of those rental agencies.
Yeah, either they'll have to take themselves off or we'll request that they're removed. And we'll either do that directly with the platforms or through the provincial government.
So what about enforcement? We've got provincial rules, we've got city rules. Who is going to be doing the lion's share of the enforcement?
Well, we're going to work with the provincial government on that. They've hired new staff to do enforcement for their regulations. And on properties where Colona regulations are being broken that are over and above the provincial regulations, we'll have to do the enforcement.
There has been a lot of criticism of this. A lot of people are not happy with it. First of all, this is a tourist destination. It's an important part of our local economy. Are there concerns that this will adversely affect the tourism industry?
That is something that we're going to monitor this year, and we'll report back to council on and to discuss the impacts depending on what they are this year. And there is a little bit of freeboard in the summer hotel vacancy rates. We know that, not a lot. But if there are severe impacts to tourism, that's something we'll have to talk about with Tourism Kelowna and Council this fall in terms of how we adjust the regulations.
Have you looked at other jurisdictions outside of Canada, for instance, where similar rules have been brought into play? Has it been a big difficulty for the tourism businesses there?
I mean, I think that it's a matter of priorities. And is the priority tourism or is the priority housing availability and affordability? And we're hearing we're in a housing crisis right now. So we've pushed the regulations to be, as strict as possible, hoping that we'll see some positive results on the housing availability side and the housing affordability side. If we're finding that there's some severe issues on the other side of things in terms of impacts to tourism that are also impacting our local economy, I think we're going to have to adjust.
Right. You'll be watching and coming back to council if there need to be tweaks.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that, the city of Colona has shown, time and time again that we're open to tweaking regulations. If you look back at our carriage house regulations, for example, we spent 22 years tweaking those.
And make up your mind.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people, I think, that still are very unhappy with this. Where should they direct their angry letters? To you? To the province? Where should they do their lobbying?
I mean, I think that it's probably both at the end of the day. And I think we want to hear, rather than just personal impacts, I think it's probably, community-wide impacts that we want to hear about so that we can make decisions on a community-wide basis rather than just for individuals.
All right. Thanks for this. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks.
Ryan Smith, and thanks for watching Kelowna Now.